And after the war is over, you rebuilt Germany and you rebuilt Japan, and the black man is here in America, not living in a decent house, without a job, his children destroyed. Figure it out. You gotta be sober to see the tricks that's going down to rob you of your future, black man and woman. We fought in Vietnam and in Korea. Figure it out. What is Martin Luther King's life worth to us? Figure it out. What are our leaders' lives and black organizations destroyed by government policy? Figure it out. And when you lay down what you owe us the whole damn country, and we're not asking for that. Figure it out. We're not asking for that. All we're asking is for justice. And that's the time. If you don't give us justice, you may lose it all. So, black students, you get busy. And you stop all this partying and foolishness. And you get your act together. As of tonight, you put down that reefer, and you put down that crack, and those pills and that drugs, and get your head screwed on right. You cannot live today with a half-high head. You gotta be sober to see the tricks that's going down to rob you of your future, black man and woman. Clean it up. Don't come to Illinois State trying to make a white university relevant to black people. That's wasting valuable time. Come here and extract the knowledge and then go back and use it to build your community, build your people. Build for yourself. Don't you come out of here looking for a job. Come out with a mind to try and create a job. Do you hear me, brothers and sisters? Stop all this talk about I am an alpha, I am an omega, I am a kappa, I am a sigma, I am a delta, I am an AKA. What is that but more Greek letters? Jesus said, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord. Come together. Stop all this talk. Stop all this talk about I'm a Baptist, I'm a Methodist, I'm an Episcopalian, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, I'm a Church of God in Christ, I'm holiness, I'm Pentecostal. Stop that kind of talk. Jesus never spoke like that. Speak as he spoke. He was baptized, but he wasn't a Baptist. Talk to me. He never said he was a Methodist. He said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. He never said, I'm a Catholic. He said, I am the light of the world, meaning I'm universal. He never said, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, but it's a fact he was the witness of Jehovah. No question about it. He never said, I'm holy. He said, if the first fruit is holy, then the lump is also holy. He never said, I'm Pentecostal, but without Jesus appearing before the disciples, there wouldn't be any day of Pentecost. These are your denominations. These are your divisions. Prophet Muhammad never said he was Sunni. He gave us the Sunnah. He never said he was Shiite, But through his daughter Fatima, he had Hussein and Hassan. Huh? Come on. He never said he was Hanafi, Sufi. That's your stuff. Be what he was. He was a Muslim. He submitted his will to do the will of God. Be what Jesus was. Jesus never said, I'm a Christian. Not one time. He never called his disciples Christians. Did you know that? They were called Christians at Antioch by the enemies of Jesus. Jesus said, not my will, but thy will be done. He submitted his will to do the will of God. Come on. So let us do that. Stop all this division and let's come together as a family and love each other and respect each other and work for the good of each other, uphold each other in right, and above all, respect and protect and honor your women. Respect, protect, and honor your women.
In everything that is happening right now in America, I think the black community should just be left alone. Like, the black community should be put out of it because they've already had enough. They've already seen enough. They've already struggled enough. They've already cried enough. And their time of suffering and going through all these things, I think it's over. And the remaining time, it's for the rest of the people to also go through these kind of things because these people have already played their part in suffering. They've played their part in struggling and all that and going through difficult times, difficult moments and all that. They shouldn't be also having sympathy or feeling like, I don't think if there is anybody who should be demanding for sympathy, demanding for empathy from the black community and all that, yeah, because they've already seen it all. They've been mistreated, yeah, mercilessly. They've been, the America itself has been ruthless on the black community, and they've really seen it all. They don't need to now be part of the people when now they're suffering and they're demanding them to be helped and all that. I think it's enough. And right now, the black community should just be left alone, do their own things, think of what they want to do and all that. In fact, they should be allowed just to get out and go find a place somewhere else they can live and settle. Because, you see, the black community have been doing everything. Like, they've built America, they've done a lot of things in America. But what were they given in return? Nothing. I want you to listen to Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan has a message for the black community and for everybody. Yeah, he has a message to us and to America. Let's listen to him, and then I will come and have my thoughts shared with you at the end of it. Until then, let's look at video.
And to the white students, if you will sit down with these black students in an honest dialogue, without hypocrisy, maybe tomorrow you might make better sense than tonight. Maybe after hearing what Farrakhan had to say, it didn't necessarily drive you further apart. You already apart. Maybe it gave you something, a basis upon which to start an honest dialogue. And through dialogue, maybe you might learn to respect each other. And as I said on the Donahue Show, white students, think about it. You didn't come in a vacuum. You study biology, and you learn Mendel's law. You know that dark skin is dominant. and light skin is recessive. No, this ain't no black supremacy. Just that the truth is supreme. You know that dark eyes are dominant and light eyes are recessive. And you teach that you can get the recessive from the dominant. But you can't get the dominant from the recessive. So two white people can only produce white. You can never produce yellow. It's just not in your genetic makeup to do that. It's a biological, mathematical impossibility. But the black man can produce from jet black people an albino with blonde hair and light eyes, showing you that in us is the whole human family of the earth. And from the black man, whom the Honorable Elijah Muhammad called the original people of the earth. That's why you're black. You're not black because you're cursed. You're black because you are the original life in the universe. Yes. Yes. You say, I can't believe it. And I thought I was black and ugly. No, no. You are black and beautiful because you are original. Just be yourself. Don't try to be white people. Be you. Fall in love with you. Jesus said, love your neighbor as who? Yourself. So you can't love your neighbor if you don't love yourself. So fall in love with yourself, then maybe you'll be able to love your neighbor. And since you don't live in nobody else's neighborhood, I guess your neighbor looks just like yourself. And they got a job for you. Wrong thought. Wrong thought. As factories in America close down and move to Mexico and other places where labor is cheap, black folk more and more out of work. If you think that white folk are going to prepare jobs for you, you got another thought coming. You are here at Illinois State to learn that which will allow you to create a job for yourself. And if you don't do that, then your learning has been in vain. Do you hear me? Just like the basketball team, maybe one or two of those black stars will make the NBA. The rest of them, if they don't have anything up here, after they graduate, that's it, brother. You played beautifully when you were here, but when we can't use you no more, that's the end of that. And to the white students, the world is changing so fast. You cannot face the world that is coming in with the mind of white supremacy. That mind will render you incapable of handling what you're about to see. What you are seeing signs of heavily now. You got a few more minutes? Here is a verse of the Quran. This is a very magnificent book that is not on bookshelves in America, but it's powerful. Listen. In a chapter called Al-Asr, meaning the time. Muslims pray 5 times a day, but there is a prayer that we pray that is called Salatul Asr. And the Asr prayer comes when the sun has fallen away from its zenith and is like midpoint between the zenith and its setting. We measure time by the earth's rotation on its axis and its revolution around the sun. So the earth could not rotate on her axis without the light of the sun, nor could she revolve around the sun without the light of the sun. So it is our relationship to the sun that gives us our days and our years. So this chapter is called The Time. The Time. And if you don't have your watch, if you know the sun and the relationship of the earth, you can look at the sun and tell the time. You can look at the shadows even and tell the time by the shadow. Listen now. So Allah says in the Quran, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, by the time surely man is in loss, except those who believe and do good and enjoin one another to truth and enjoin on one another patience. Very pregnant. I'd like to deliver a few babies here. By the time, the word or the preposition by means that the time is the criterion by which actions are judged. Listen. By the time, surely man is in loss. Why is man losing? His actions are not corresponding with the dictates of the time. When you are out of time, have you ever tried to plant out of time? Nothing happens. Have you ever tried to harvest out of time? Nothing happens. When you go to the disco, if the music is beat, what is that? Time. And your dance gotta be what? Right in accord with the time. But if you don't know how to dance, you can't keep that time, and people don't want to dance with you because you're not keeping time. Have you ever been in a band and the drummer who is keeping the time can't keep that time? He speeds it up, then he slows it down. No musician can play with a drummer that doesn't keep time. Everything is done by time. The whole human body is based on rhythm. So when you sing the song, I got rhythm, I got rhythm, what you talking about? You think that means a Negro that got a lot of rhythm. But look, this heart has a rhythm that it has to keep. When it speeds up or slows down, this is a worry for a doctor, the vital sign. Rhythm, pulse, beat, blood pressure, rhythm, timing, everything is on time. But when you get out of sync, out of time, things don't go well for you. When the body is not working rhythmically right, the organs begin to work at odds, and it creates dis-ease or disease. Time. What time is it? Not by this watch. What time is it? By the universal clock. Each prophet that came into the world marked time. And if you can't read the prophets, you can't read the clock. And if you don't know the time, then you don't know what you should be doing. And if you don't know what to do and you don't know the time, then you're about to lose not only what you have, but you can lose your life because you're not on time. Now this, y'all all right? Please follow me now. The sun, when it reaches its zenith, you watch, the shadow is very short. When the sun rises in the east and strikes an object, the shadow is long in the west. But when that sun reaches the zenith, the shadow has drawn up from the west back to the object. And as the sun starts setting, the shadow starts going back toward the east. A lot of wisdom in that. When that sun is setting, it's like saying that a world's time is coming to an end. And if you notice, when the sun sets, it sets in the west. And if you watch one of these beautiful sunsets, the sky looks like it's on fire. And this is what God threatens the world with at the end. It is total fire. The Western world has exercised power over all the darker people of the earth. You agree? Yes, sir. The light shined in the east, and the shadow on the Western powers gave a long shadow in the west, meaning the Western world or white world began an ascendancy to power. But it's Asr now. It's afternoon. The sun is setting on white world supremacy. Listen, just listen. Don't get emotional. Just listen. That kind of apartheid, I'm better because I'm white, that don't work anymore. It's being challenged by the rising sun. Go ahead. The sun rose in the east again. The Japanese, you beat them in war, but now they're beating you in economy, in technology, in mathematics, in banking. Their society is much further advanced than this one. America is being a loser. She's decaying, not because somebody is more powerful on the outside, but there is a rot and a decadence going on inside America that is bringing this nation down. I'm appealing to you, black and white, Jew and Gentile. We all live in America, but America cannot continue to exist as she is. Right. Listen, the sun is now setting on Western world supreme.
If there is any problem that is in America today, you cannot blame the black community for the problems that are in America. or you can't put it upon the black community, because the white community, in one way or the other, they made it happen. Everything, every downfall, every predicament, every misfortune, every single repercussion, they brought it upon themselves. The black community never wanted it to happen to them. Maybe the black community, I would say, the way, or rather a point that I can say maybe the black community are causing or are making them to go through difficult moment, it is when they mistreated them. Now God is trying to do something, yeah, because even if people are mistreated and they're going through difficult times, it won't last for long. A time is coming when everything will come to change, and therefore I think things have changed on the blacks, and things have changed on their side. They're now living not really better, but at least the white community are feeling now what they've been feeling for a very long time. When somebody listens to me, you would think maybe I'm being biased, or I'm putting a hate speech here, but the truth is that the blacks have suffered a lot under the hands of the white men. They've been carrying placards on the road, trying to fight and trying to demand for their rights to be looked at. But do you think anybody else or somebody else paid attention on that? Nobody paid attention. Everybody was doing their own things. They didn't even care about what the black community were going through. Whether they were suffering or not, it was none of their business. Whether they were crying or not, it was none of their business. Right now, look at what is happening in the United States. Look at what is happening amongst the black community, amongst the white community. They are suffering, crying, and coming across many problems, many things which are difficult and all that. And nobody really cares. Yeah. And I don't feel bad when nobody cares, because there was a time when the black community were going through difficult times and nobody cared. Therefore, let it happen to me today. Tomorrow, be very careful, and if you laughed at me yesterday when things were happening to me, maybe tomorrow the same things would be happening to you. Do not expect me to feel good or to feel empathy on you. To some point, they've even said our empathy is not something they really want. It's none of their business. I've heard Charlie Kirk saying that empathy, he doesn't even understand what empathy really is. And it is a character of many white people. Okay, so white people used to think black people are the ones who are subjected to suffering and all that. And whenever the black people were going through suffering, nobody even cared, because they thought it is the right of the black people to suffer. And therefore, if it is their right to suffer, why then should we feel empathy for them? Why then should we cry for them or help them and all that? Okay, so right now, there's some black people who think it is the right of the white people to suffer. Yeah, so why then should they feel empathy? I don't think if a black person will right now come and feel like he wants to help the white community, he would start thinking of what they've been going through all the years. Okay, and therefore, America is going down, and that one has been prophesied. Many people have talked about that. The books are telling, the prophecies are telling, the history is telling, professors are telling, and many people are witnessing the fall of America. Who will then save America? Nobody can be able to save America, because Americans themselves, they had time to save their country. They did not take it serious. They didn't use their time to save their country, and right now they're perishing. Tell me what you think on the comment section. I'll do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give a response where possible. I am the African Streamline, your presenter, and I'm going to ask you to subscribe if you're watching me for the first time. For the 10 subscribers, I really do appreciate you. God bless.